the Geek Down. Let us know it's good. Also, you can challenge Johnny. Since he seems pretty high on his high horse there.
Yeah.
About his skills in this game.
My little beetle.
All right, matey, I want to cover the point now. No, I'm sorry, I won't do that the whole time. Dude, I've been a big fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and then I was jazzed when they said they were going to do a fourth one, and then I saw the fourth one, and I was far less enthused. And now I find out they have done a fifth one.
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Starring Paul McCartney.
Yeah, they actually couldn't get Keith Richards back from this one. Surprisingly, not because he's dead.
No. Well, he's well preserved. He's not going anywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, true. That man should be hired by Smuckers. No, this one replaced Keith Richards with the Paul McCartney cameo.
Yeah.
And it was the most useless cameo since David Hasselhoff.
Sure.
How dare you?
But Pirates of the Caribbean.
I came out to have a good time, Pat. Feel so attacked right now.
It's what I do. I ruin days. All right, but no, the quick rundown of this one, I'll get into it before I have the hardcore nerd out and venom spitting. Thrust into an all-new adventure.
Prithee, continue.
I refuse. Down on his luck, Captain Jack Sparrow feels the winds of all fortune, ill fortune blowing even more strongly when no, I can't do it. I gotta speak.
Going all the way.
When deadly ghost sailors led by his old nemesis, the evil Captain Salazar, escape from the Devil's Triangle. Dude, basically, they came up with a really shoddy premise to introduce somebody with Javier Bardem's accent.
I do love...
He's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's Australian, you know.
Shut up.
He's not. He's not. He's the most Latin man ever. But honestly, it was a really shoddy premise and a reason to get him into the movie. Like, this role could have been played by anybody, and he adds nothing to it. Javier Bardem is a really good actor. But I think by now the franchise has gotten so stale that even if you bring in somebody with his clout, with his prestige and acting chops, it still can't save it.
No, I didn't see this new one yet, but isn't that the plot of the Davy Jones stuff? I'm just really confused. Isn't that exactly the same crap as Davy Jones?
Not quite. This one makes Davy Jones and his crew more like the Blackhawks in DC. You know, he's a pirate captain that's cursed a lot like Barbossa's crew was in the first part of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. But if they
CGI is cheaper now.
CGI is cheaper, and they went balls to the wall with it in this.
Yeah, that seems to be the main difference there.
But imagine if Barbossa's crew, instead of being self-serving, was on a quest to rid the world of all pirates. You know, here's what got me too, because that's the premise of the movie. Basically, this pirate crew is hunting and killing pirates and pirate crews, and they're sending messages to all of the pirates.
Meh.
You know, I'm coming for you.
Meh.
And the captain has a personal vendetta against Jack Sparrow, and part of it is an origin story for Jack Sparrow in flashback form. And no, man's correct, because unless you're a hardcore fan, which, believe it or not, I was for a while.
No, I was too. That's what I honestly, I haven't even seen the fourth one because I just felt like the third movie wrapped everything up nicely, and I was like, all right, I don't want to watch this franchise get milked into oblivion.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself. Do not. If you
this
like
is
the first one.
it's definitely losing popularity in America, but overseas still, it's so big.
Dude, that news bumps me
out. It made like $200 million overseas just in this weekend.
Because that means we may see more of Captain Jack Sparrow and his goofy flailing ass all over this sucker.
It's definitely not, like I said, not as popular here, but over there it's crazy. I don't know if that's enough to make another one, but I've been surprised before. So.
Well, they got to pay for that remodeling of the ride in Disney World.
Geez. You know what?
Depp needs to buy more wine.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp needs that wine.
You know what's dumb about this? This movie, I think, was designed by committee for super fans who want to know details of everything. And by everything, I mean, why does Jack Sparrow wear that hat? Well, we're going to throw in a few scenes in an origin story. Does it address his open syphilis
sores on his face at all, or no? Because I'm not kidding, guys. If you, fun Jack Sparrow fact, kids, if you pay attention to the circle-shaped mark on his chin in the first movie, between the first movie and the third movie, it grows larger because it is a very obvious syphilis mark, which also would explain his squoobly behavior, if you will, as it affects the brain. I am not kidding about this.
No,
this
I
is
believe
very,
that's
very real.
We've got like a dead silence in the room.
I know.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact. It's right around on his chin.
I got to tell you, Macabre, it's not that fun. I honestly am tired of seeing Jack Sparrow at this point. This movie was actually a solid platform to introduce a new character, or at least a couple of new characters. Because if you're familiar with with the Curse of the Black Pearl, the first one, and anyone doesn't know it, went the Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest at World's End, On Stranger Ties, and now Dead Men Tell No Tales. All of them just pirate sayings, except for the Curse of the Black Pearl.
The first one kind of came out of nowhere, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow,
yeah,
this is really good. And then,
it was the first movie I ever saw in theaters more than 3 times.
Yeah,
really? The first Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, and it was great. The other ones just got way too convoluted for me. It was just like way too much story, and like there was some fun, but yeah, that's what I was thinking with this one. I wasn't really excited about it at all.
But this one introduced Dead Men Tell No Tales. Introduced a new character, the son of Elizabeth Swann and doggone it, it's
I know it.
And Will Turner, yes,
Will Turner,
and young Will Turner,
Orlando Bloom, Legolas.
And this could have been an entirely new character with his own, characteristics, persona, and quest. And instead, they really tried to force in a link to the previous movies and anything before that with Jack Sparrow, including him already on his own mission, his own adventure, but seeking to, really forcing Jack Sparrow into it. On purpose. Like, that's where you get the sense.
How long is this? It sounds like a 5-hour movie.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it was only 2 hours.
Only.
It's advertised as 3 for some reason. I'm not sure why.
The prior ones were pretty long, right?
Yes, they were. They were extremely long. So someone just probably hit Control Z.
Yeah. It's called editing. Yeah.
I can't recommend this, mostly because it's all special effects and little story.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. I'm tired of seeing Jack Sparrow. There was only one effect, really, that kind of got me. It was this cool thing they did with the guillotine, but it was so just ham-fisted. We need to do something different here. So what else can we do? And everything else was just... And you're talking to somebody who enjoys every Fast and the Furious movie. The actions in this movie were far too unbelievable to be likable.
All right.
Well, the Fast and Furious movies are amazing. So
yes, they are.
But
the world,
Fast 5, I'll give you.
The world we live in, where Baywatch gets the recommendation
over the new Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, that's where we're at.
That's actually not that far. Seems about right on.
In a world where Baywatch is your summer.
Let me just wrap it up. Let me just wrap this up by saying performances was shoddy. The cameo was shoddy. It seems like Johnny Depp. I don't know if he doesn't enjoy doing this anymore, or
he's got some legal bills to pay.
I think so, yeah, because
he's not making, What's Eating Gilbert Grape 2. You know what I mean? They
couldn't get DiCaprio back. He's way too big
now. Yeah, he's too big now.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, starring Johnny Depp, Javier Bardem. I honestly can't recommend this one, just because it stopped being interesting 2 movies ago and they kept going.
You're right.
And I will say, just as a last bit of interesting tidbit there, at some point, remember, Davy Jones had the Kraken as his big monster.
Yeah.
Barbossa had an army and Calypso. Salazar has a couple of ghost sharks. Yeah,
with lasers attached to their heads.
No. Dig this though. At one point, they're on the water. They're trying to outrun the sharks in the water. It's silly, and then the sharks start jumping up like flying fish.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer.
The movie literally jumped the shark.
Fonzie's leather jacket pops out of the water. That's what they're actually hunting for. They open a treasure chest, just the Fonz's coat.
And on that note, don't go see it.
Yeah, Dead Men Tell No Tales, pass. All right, now the latest in the Justice League installments, the latest installment in the Justice League, I guess franchise run, because there've been several